How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brown Logan, and today we got to talk about California appointing their very first illegal immigrant to a statewide position. That's right. You have an illegal immigrant in California's government right now. The person's name is Lizbeth Mateo, a 33-year-old lawyer who was brought here to the U.S. from Mexico when she was 13 or 14 by her parents. And the person who appointed her was a guy named Kevin de León, aka Kevin Alexander Leon. That's a whole different story, and I'm gonna just go ahead and digress. But this really is kind of a political move. Obviously, ain't no kind of to it. It's a very political move. But before I go any further and give you my thoughts and break it down a little bit, what I want to do right now is roll a clip from Fox News. They tell you a little bit about this position, what's going on with California, the things you can do in California as an illegal immigrant that I suppose even regular citizens cannot get away with. After we get done watching that, I'll come back, give you my 2 cents, and wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
As you know, it is illegal to hire an illegal immigrant. In fact, ICE enforces that every day, even fining one company $98 million for hiring undocumented workers. Yet, the state of California has now appointed an illegal immigrant, and attorney Lizbeth Mateo, 33, to a statewide committee. She'll be entitled to reimbursement. Senate President Kevin de León called Mateo courageous, determined, and dedicated to those seeking their rightful place in this country. Now, Mateo, who was brought to the U.S. from Mexico at age 14, tweeted, "I look forward to working with the rest of the committee and the Student Aid Commission to increase the accessibility of post-secondary education for low-income students." Now, California allows undocumented immigrants who practice law, get a driver's license, receive in-state tuition, receive some welfare benefits, and the state pays their legal fees if arrested. Police will not confiscate an undocumented worker's car, even if they drive without insurance. But this is a first. So while she is not a salaried employee, the state policy entitles her to reimbursement for expenses. So the state and taxpayers will be paying an illegal immigrant, though it is against federal law. This, Sandra, of course, is another way for the state of California to affirm its sanctuary status and its resistance to President Trump.
Okay, so you're able to see that. You see what's going on. Now, this is, this is crazy, but unfortunately, I'm not surprised at what California is doing here. There's no reason for Lizbeth Mateo to be in California's government. Some are going to try to argue, and I know, well, at least I think I know the reason why she was put in this position. And CalSOAP, and by the way, CalSOAP, that stands for California Student Opportunity and Access Program Project Grant Advisory Committee. Say that 5 times fast. The reason why she was put into this, alphabet letter organization is because it's a low-level position that's kind of meaningless, but it's really just done to show force against Donald Trump. She is being used, in my opinion, as a pawn against Trump and the so-called resistance, because really California wants to be a sanctuary state. That's what my man in the Fox News clip said. San Francisco, LA, maybe even San Diego, they want to be sanctuary cities. Not quite San Diego, but definitely LA and San Fran. They want to be sanctuary cities, and they want to exert their power over the entire state of California and make them a sanctuary state. This guy, Kevin Alexander, whatever you want to call himself, Kevin de León or Kevin Leon, he's from LA. So you could pretty much put 2 and 2 together, and the way he changed his name, you know what's going on there. He just wants to make California Mexico again. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. Either he wants California to be part of Mexico again, or he wants them to be their own separate republic. And I think that's the general gist of what's happening over there on the left coast. And it's really a shame people have to live there, because if you're an illegal immigrant, you get all kinds of benefits over a regular citizen. Regular citizens, people who follow the law, lawful people, get treated like garbage. So where is the incentive to follow the law? It makes your regular everyday citizen who's following the law into a second-class citizen. It may even make them into a criminal, because it's like, okay, I see them over here being a criminal and getting treated better. Why don't I become a criminal and see if I can get treated good as well? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But maybe if you are here illegally, then you get treated like a queen, a princess, a king, or a prince. I think that's what's happening right here with Liz Mateo. Although, like I said earlier, she's being used as a pawn. I don't have too much more to say about this. I just want to say that expect more things like this to be coming from California. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. And I want to see what happens. What's going on with these court cases? I think that they, when I say they, I mean the state of California, have been sued by the Department of Justice over their sanctuary city, sanctuary state policies. I think this is going to be just more fuel for the fire. Maybe they did this to try and just combat them, to be, you know, to be flippant, to be rebellious. It's like, look, sue us all you want to, leave it right there on the ground. We're not going to do anything about it. Matter of fact, we're going to take this illegal immigrant lawyer and we're going to put her out there as a poster child for immigration, for illegal immigration. We're going to say, look at her. She is productive. She's not a criminal. She is a lawyer. She is required in our society, or means something to our society, unlike regular Americans who are on drugs, is that and the third. That's how they're going to play it. I can already see it. You saw the mayor of Oakland when she came out and was very defiant, talking about, yeah, I would have done it again, as far as warning people in Oakland that ICE was coming to do a raid, not just on regular people, not just on regular quote unquote lawbreakers happen to be here illegally that are not necessarily engaging in any other criminal action outside of being here illegally. You're talking about gangbangers, murderers, rapists. These were the people that were targeted by the ICE raid in Oakland, and the mayor warned them publicly on Twitter so everybody could see. It wasn't even like it was something behind closed doors. It was a rumor that she warned people, you know, on a person-to-person basis. No, she took a screenshot of an email, put it on Twitter publicly so everybody could see it. The news reported on it. Everybody saw it. So she gave them that warning to get out of the area, to vacate the premises. At what point did we decide that illegal immigrants who are criminals, aside from being illegal, aside from that, because at that point you're already doing something illegal, aside from that, when did we decide people who drive cars, no license? And what it just said in that report, I was surprised. You can be an illegal immigrant, drive a car with no license, and you get pulled over, speeding, you drinking or whatever. You can just not have your car taken away. Since when do Americans get that right? It's crazy, but you know what? I think it's all done to try and get votes. It's all done to try and sustain themselves. When I say themselves, I mean the Democratic Party, the left over in California. But many people have called my live show, and shout out to all of you who have called and said that what they're doing in California, the leadership, is going to come to an end. You can't be putting illegal aliens in positions of power. You can't be protecting illegal people, especially those that are violent criminals. You cannot do what you're doing any longer and expect us to just lay down and take it. At a certain point, we're going to say enough is enough and no more. So what do you think? Do you think that this person, Lizbeth Mateo, is being used as a pawn? Will she contribute anything to that 15 million word organization? Does the organization actually help? Because I think the purpose of it is to try and help low income students or something like that. Do they actually help? Have you been helped by Cal Soap yourself? Do you know anything about this program? How about the guy Kevin de León, aka Kevin Alexander Leon? What about him? Is he part of the resistance movement along with your Pelosi's, your Maxine Waters, your Xavier Becerra, your Jerry Brown, etc.? Is he part of that whole gang that is trying to formulate or have formulated in California to take the state over from the people and give it to whoever will get them more votes so they're able to stay in power? And maybe, just maybe, the end game is to become their own thing so they can just do whatever they want to do in their state? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.